Okay. So I think I'm going to start with the fire. I'll start with 23. This is of course almost right. Yeah, and I don't know what music is, I just put it on. See what happens. At least maybe the cat's actually in for their stream today. Oops. I don't really understand how you do this without wasting loads of paint. I'm going to keep changing every time. We'll find out. Number 4. Do you expect me to be super active or try today? That isn't going to happen. Sadly. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me if anyone does hang out. Hopefully I don't hit my webcam or whatever. It's in a more precarious position this time. So last time I did one of these, I did it all in order, step by step. This one is not going to be all in order, step by step. 19. This one's going to be in multiple colours, I guess. It's going to be abstract like the last one I did. I wish I had better line, but it is what it is. Well, that one's also 19, so I'm going to paint that as well. The bigger piece. I don't know how I do one on that. I've never done it. That's the point with no one here, but it would stop people coming in with ads, I guess. Here she comes. Who is making herself comfortable on my bed. do 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 do. Do 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 do. One moment.
What are you blabbing?
If you want to go out, I'll let you out. My headphones. There we go. Where's the doer? Where's the noise me? So what numbers are? 18. Looks like it. I'm gonna go with 18. Boom, boom. Do 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 do. And we got 2 5s out there. Hopefully it will look good on that end. Yeah, it does. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh dear. Well, that's messed up. I put way too much paint on that bit there. Do 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 do. It's now makes more sense doing it in sections. You still do number by number, but not the entire thing. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'll do it. I ain't painter. Despite the fact I'm currently painting. 14. So my wireless headset is out of batteries, so I'm using a wired one. I can tell you, so it'll keep like clipping. 14. My clipping, my arm keeps clipping it. do, do, do. Indeed. Do 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 do. No point soothing music on and painting to try not to go to sleep. Doesn't work. But that's the fun of it, I guess. I sort of like this music track because it's just bass in my ear. Let's try a different one. It's this one. No, I want this. Do, 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 do. 10, 10, 10, 10. Do, 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 do. Continue out 10. There's another one. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Well, just making noise and music. Better probably post it to Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is I'm on. But I forget. Number 8. Now let's do all the smaller ones first. Number 7. Way too much. God damn it, what's happened? God damn, what's happening with this plus? Probably should have took pics of this before, but oh well. Can't be bothered anyway. $24. Oh, yeah, let's do that quickly. Do. Get there. There we go. Don't know how good this paintbrush is. This is the best we gain these paint by numbers. They do give you paintbrushes, but I don't know how good they are. It seems to be like breaking apart again. I say again because the last one I did the same thing. Oh God. And I'll keep painting because I can. That's a picture. Not sure where the tail sort of begins or ends. I'm just going to paint. Paint a section, see how it goes. Can't see any more lines. I don't see any obvious ones, but there's one there, so I might as well do that one. God damn it, I put my finger, hand and paint again. Hello, Lady Asker. How are you? How does it all sound like music-wise? Is the music too loud? You're the first one to join me, so I've just been sat here listening to myself. Hopefully you can hear me. No, music is nice. That's good then. I have a completely different setup today. So, the microphone is just here. The webcam is just there. You're like that far apart. I literally got a webcam balanced on the stand for this so I could fit all in view. Yeah, I've started super early today because I'm very tired. I thought if I go to sleep, I won't wake up. So I figured I'd just stream until I want to go to bed. And so doing something peaceful like painting and putting chill music on definitely isn't making me more tired. But it is what it is, isn't it? Also, I will say, the paintbrushes that came with this one, I don't know if you can see it, but they're not the best. I might swap to using the ones I used on the old one. Because they split, basically. Rather than it staying at a point, it splits into 2 points. I had the same happen to me yesterday. I didn't get any sleep, but who cares, because last day of work before vacation. Yes, your vacation. I bet you're looking forward to it. Can't remember if you said you're going away or you're just taking the week off. Yeah, I bet you're super hyped. I got a text today saying I'm front of the queue for the vaccine at last, so I need to phone them up later and book that appointment. But at last I've got time for the vaccine. And hopefully I can start planning a holiday. But no, just chilling, staying at home. Yeah, that's all you can do at the moment, I think, with the world the way it is. But staying at home's nice. Well, congrats, yeah, thank you. Said I didn't expect to get it for quite a while because I don't know. You know, single male in his 30s, I don't think that'd really be a priority in any way. So I figured I'd be one of the last to get. But yeah, they finally sent me a text this morning saying I'll go on the website and book the appointment. I don't currently have a car, so I need to get it done in my local one. But it is what it is. Have your paintball numbers arrived yet? My paintball numbers will come in today. Too, it'll be hard to resist not starting right away. All I can think about all week was, I just want to start painting. Because I know this is going to take me a while. And as you can probably tell, it takes up a lot of my desk. So I've had to push everything out of the way and reset all up from doing this until it's done, because I simply cannot. I can't stream any Xbox games unless I fix it all, and it took me so long to get the webcam balanced. I don't want to mess with it too much again. Maybe I start anyway. Yeah, I'm thinking the next paint by numbers, I'm going to paint it off stream, and then just see, because I really did enjoy the first one I did. I just sat watching a horror movie as I painted. So it was great. And with the last two, I've had to kind of hold myself until I was streaming to paint, which I didn't like, but I like painting on stream. Maybe I get two, one to do on stream. How will this one look when it's finished? I will show you now. Actually, is this still the same image? Yeah, there you go. So that's what it will look like when it's done. Obviously that will be, I cannot paint that well, but it'll be really good. This one is definitely more difficult though, because there's like the face, this section. Okay, first of all, it's semi magnifying glass so that it would work. Also, look how detailed this all is. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but it is so much more detailed. Also, I flipped the image, so that image on my screen is upside down, so that it looks the right way up to you guys. But it just means when I move my hand, it's all flipped to me. That's amazing. This is nice. Thank you. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the painting. If I'm still streaming in like a year, when I have actual money, I plan on buying a laptop. And when I buy the laptop, I will do like cooking streams and stuff. Because obviously my PC's in my bedroom, so I can move it out. I could move it to the kitchen, but oh my god, the effort that would take is just not worth it. So, one day, if I'm still streaming, I want to do more IRL stuff, like do a cooking stream, and while we wait for it to cook, I just sit and chat, stuff like that. Because whilst I do really enjoy playing video games, if you do anything too much, you get burnt out on it, so I like taking a break doing these more real life ones. I'll say my webcam's not the best for this, but I don't hold myself to the standard other streamers do. I'm happy with, like, I want it to look good, you know, I do try, but I'm also not trying to be the best streamer out there. I'm just doing it for fun. Because one thing I found out today, so I clean an office. Everyone in that office is currently back in there except the cleaners. People want cooking streams for me too, but my house doesn't allow for it. My house looks like a dog's house, so I can now show them on stream. Yeah, what you don't see is like just over there, it's just piles of clothes I just do not have space for. So it's neatly folded, it just doesn't have a drawer. Because I used to have a house, but landlords are difficult. So now I like basically have a bedroom to myself, but that means I've got way too much stuff. I so get you, yeah. So I like, when you got too much space. Thing is, so I went to the shop, because I thought, oh, I'm going to the shop, I'm going to buy some snacks again, because, you know, if I stay up, I'll keep streaming all night, all day. So I bought some snacks. Then I put my coat on my bed, like 5 seconds, Ruby's asleep. Just fast asleep on there. So, cats are great. Yeah, I think it's like the smell of me. I think that's what she goes to. Because he does sometimes try to sit on my lap, but I fidget, I move a lot. I don't sit still, and so as a cat, well, as anyone, if you were to sit on a chair that kept moving, it'd be a bit annoying. So she tends to just go to sleep like on a jacket or, as I said, my coat. She went out, it started raining, so she came back in. And now she's sleeping the rain away. Now, I think I might have said this earlier. Obviously, the last one I did a by number. I went like 1, and I did all the 1s. I did 2, did all the 2s. Because of how complex this is, I don't want to do that. I want to essentially do like section by section. So I'm doing the fire, but I'm picking the like next numbers. So like this one's got 23, 24 and 8. So I'm doing it that way. It seems easier, but it's definitely a lot of like, you see me over here, that's me cleaning my brush to use the next colour. But I think I can show you. Let me just, you see how it keeps going flat, and then this keeps splitting in half as well as I'm painting. So, you know, you're doing this and all of a sudden there's 2 lines. It's so annoying. You'll get my second sense. I will try by numbers first to see what's working. Yeah, the numbers definitely worked. I said the first one I did was effectively for a kid. It's definitely like a beginner paint by numbers, because the smallest block was like the size of my nail. Then the next one had smaller, thinner lines, but this one's got like absolutely tiny sections. They don't even show up on the camera that well. So this is definitely a more advanced one, so I figured with this one, going number by number wouldn't work. But, you know, see what works for you. I know Dear, who started this, she will say do the face, but she'll do all of the numbers in the face, and she'll do the next number in the face. And then Herbie Cuss, I don't know if you know him, he started on one side and then just working his way across. But it looks amazing when you see it like slowly updating, but that also seems like a lot of effort to me. Not effort, but like, I find that looks more challenging. This is the issue though, when you use black and then you go back, doesn't really. But I've now just drawn grey instead of white. Oh, my light. See, the light's kind of on it. Again, I'm using my Xbox for the light, so whenever I'm Herbie Cuss 50th follower, so I know it was a cool coincidence. That is cool. I don't know if you ever are free on a Saturday evening. He does a community night, which is a lot of fun. He does them. So you probably know Lady Syria or Whitney. She's often in, you know, Maddie's or she was in Maddie's Discord yesterday. You were the 2 ladies in there. Maddie's stream side. But she kind of runs the community night in there, and I would recommend it. It was good fun. I said, I know I have my own Discord, but my Discord's just because people want to talk about my streams or to me about my streams. That's the only place they can do it. But ideally, I'm in many Discords that I spend a lot more time in. But how are you? How's your streams going? I don't cast as many as yours as I wish I could. Of course I know, I just could never make it to a community night because I'm streaming at that time usually. Yeah, I thought you were. yeah, it's, I find that's the biggest struggle, is trying to balance what streams I go to, when I stream. Like, I want to go to community nights. I want to watch a lot of people. But it's, good. I'm taking this weekend off, but I hope to stream during my vacation. But yeah, that's, so off work, I presume. But yeah, definitely. So what I thought about a few times, because realistically I could do it. I'd have to let real life people know so they don't just turn up. But I could easily do a week of just streaming every day. The only reason I don't is because I want to go and watch other people. Like me and Kitty stream at the same time, and obviously she's become one of my good mates. Then Harry Curse, he also streamed about the same time as me. But if I'm streaming this early, most of the Americans are asleep. So trying to find that balance, isn't it? When best to stream. But I like that I kind of just, I've relaxed a lot. So today I was like, I'm just gonna start painting. And if people can make it, cool. If they can, that's perfectly fine as well. So I think this bit is also part of Dragon's Tail. My aim is to get the fire bit done. I know it's not in view very well. This is the issue I had, is this was too big to fit well in my webcam. I will get back to my old time slot, maybe for the vacation stream. Yeah, if you can. I mean, as I was saying, it's the hardest thing is to work out the best time, but if you can work out good time that, a stream time that works for you, that's the ideal situation, isn't it? Absolutely, yeah. Yes. I find this whole social media streaming thing very interesting, and I've done almost no advertising. I should post it on my Instagram, but I forget. I did actually sell this one out because it was going to be super early, but I don't know. Because I'm kind of in a mindset of one day I have to go back to work, and when I do, will I keep streaming? I don't know. So for now, I'm just enjoying it, but I'm not trying to get famous or to get big numbers. I find I've seen too many people sort of get dragged down with that. Yeah, kind of super hard to do at work. Oh yeah, definitely. I find it difficult just, I'm not even working, I'm just so I help babysit. I rent a room of a family friend, and then but my sisters and mum come over quite often. And so I'm constantly got that sort of happening whilst I'm trying to keep the house tidy. Obviously, when I go back to work, things will change because I won't have as much free time, so then they'll go back to the issues my sisters have. They both got newborn babies. I say newborn, they're all a year old, but they were lockdown babies, and now they have to go back to work. The work didn't really care that they have babies, and most of nurseries are closed and stuff because of COVID. So it doesn't make sense. It's well, they can work from home, so they can just bring the kids here. I'll look after the kids while they work. But basically, more of the story, it wears me out. Because like my niece currently has chickenpox, so all she wants to do is go in and outside. She's like perfectly fine, but because she had chickenpox, she hasn't been anywhere. So she comes down there, she was in the house, out in the garden, want to go up the slide, want to go down the slide. And she can climb up the ladder of the slide, but then she tries to go down on her knees and just face plants if she does. So you have to like, she climbs up, then you pick her up so she puts her feet in front of her, and then you let her down. Yeah, that's good that they have you though, of course. Locking up a kid is hard. Oh yeah, I'm happy that I can sort of help, but if it was mine and I had it 24/7, I would not. I don't know how people do it. I have the luxury of if the baby starts to cry, I can give it back to the parent. But if it was like my kid, I have to be the parent. Oops, I just nodded everything, didn't I? Alright, that doesn't look too bad. There's one other thing about streaming. When I did this the first time, I had it on the stand, so it's easy. Being like this, I'm then over more. Which I'm not the biggest fan of. I can't say I'm huge respect for parents. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I feel like when you're a parent, every other parent feels like they have advice to give you, but every kid is different. So what works for one kid may not work for the next kid. So you can give basic advice, but no one's an expert. And then you get people who don't even have kids, who also think they're an expert. Basically, being an uncle is great. Being a parent sounds like way too much work responsibility for me at the moment. They love my Pikachu pop though. All of them seem to be just like drawn to her. I don't know why. Like, I didn't manufacture that. They just saw my pops and Pikachu is the one they grab. Even if I like move it, they search for Pikachu. Yeah, being the same. Being the ant is cool, but I wouldn't want that every day. Oh no, definitely not. I also say that about dogs in a way. I understand you have dogs, but it's like, I don't feel like I would be able to give a dog the best life, so I wouldn't get a dog. Whereas Ruby the cat, she does her own thing. You know, she has no concern if. How shall I explain it? Ruby the cat does her own thing. She is more of a housemate than a pet. I really understand, honestly, it's not always easy. Yes, because I think they require a lot more work. They can be messier than cats. And I feel like it is a lot easier to mess up the upbringing of a dog than it is a cat. I had cats all my life. I know they are low maintenance. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Like, I've had cats that were high maintenance. When I had a rescue cat, I had to clean up after him a lot. Then the second rescue I got, I don't know if it was... He was perfectly fine on his own, but you were there, he had to be on your lap. You know, you just... It wasn't he wanted attention, it was just he didn't want to be alone again, because he was astray. And I said, Ruby the cat, she's just like... Ruby the cat is amazing. She decided to sleep in our flower pot. And so she just dug out this hole so she can lie perfectly in there. Like, it just makes me laugh because, like, no regard that we spent ages planting that flower. She wanted somewhere, so she just made herself a bed there. Yeah, we have one of those too. He would sit all over the house. Yeah, so Manny was a rescue when I used to. So I rented a place and my younger sister was living with me. We got Manny, who was a rescue cat, and when we first got him, he didn't look well. He was, when they said he was either 12, no, he was either 14 or 12 but had a hard life. And he wasn't all there, like he, quite often, you could tell he wasn't really aware of what was happening. But he got better. He was, they said he's probably got like a few months to live, and he ended up living like 2.5 years. But then when he went downhill fast. He once decided to sit on my Xbox and just poo all in the fan. So I had to clean out my Xbox. I'm surprised it still works today. But they're worth it, you know. And then I said we got Pork Chop, who was part Norwegian Forest cat, so he was massive, but he was just such a character. Super friendly. All the vets loved him. Everyone who met him loved him. But he had FIV and cat flu. And so they basically said like he is very likely to get ill, and if he does get ill, he doesn't have the immune system to fight it off. And sadly, at 4 years old, he did get an infection in his mouth. Spent like $1.5 grand trying to sort of get him medication and all that, but it wasn't to be. But so even though he had a short life, he had a happy life. And then I lost that house and ended up sort of here, but also took Ruby with me, so not gonna lie, my life's confusing sometimes. I'm just look back and like, how did all this go down? But that's a story for another day. I'm enjoying the painting. Again, the paint process was done. Hang on, that right. It's not gonna focus. Like, don't know if you can see it, but it's spread out again. Oh, there goes my light. I do like having these paintings up on my wall. I have to take pictures and post it in the Discord. Just show off the artwork. Our cats mostly died through car accidents, I'm sorry. We lived on the countryside and they could go out, but they still got under the wheels anyway. Our oldest cat lived her full life with us and survived everyone else. She was amazing. Yeah, sadly, it happens a lot. My older sister had they had a cat called Tink, and they got a second cat called Poppy. And Poppy the cat, they had her about a year. She had a cat boyfriend who she used to go out and play with, but sadly she ran over very early. This was sad. But there again, they lived by a road, and it happens. One of my mates in real life, she had a cat, and he was she had two cats. They must have been about 8 or 9. She'd had them since Kieran's, and they got here. Both of them got here a week apart, which was devastating for her. So she said she's now getting a cat again. It happens way too easy. Yeah. Luckily, where I live, there's obviously a road, just outside my house, but it's... So you got the main road over here, then our house is here, so the road coming in stops outside our house. So the cars aren't going very fast. There's not that much traffic. Which is a good thing, because Ruby will go and lie out in the road. Okay. See, I'm glad they gave us this, because some of these numbers are really small. 17. So my Anne, they don't have them now, but at one point they had 4 dogs. And those dogs were looked after like royalty, they did everything for those dogs. But she had a resty sort of dog, 2 cocker spaniels, I think, and I want to say a black greyhound. I'm useless with types of dogs, but she said that was a lot of work, because you have 4 dogs that constantly going, basically. You got 2 asleep and the other 2 super hyper in the kitchen, taking for a walk and need eyes at the back of your head. I could not imagine. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If I was to go over there for a lunch or something, it was just male chaos all the time. The mouse sounds I don't know, 8 years ago. I think they've only got 2 now. Even when he got older, it just became, the youngest one just keeps annoying the older one. So never let up. What number is that? I need the thing again. 19. This is one thing I don't like about doing it this way, is I keep trying to open and close the paints, because I read in the instructions the paints dry up quickly. Yeah, this brush is just not having it. Let's try the other one. In theory, this one's thinner. Well, not thinner, it's the same size as the last one, but the last one keeps splitting open, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with this one. Hopefully it works a little bit better. There we go. Let's try this one. Well, let's try. I mean, this one's also number 19, so I'm going to use this. That's also 19. So I'm kind of doing a numbers section here because there's a few 19s around there. This is 19. Probably check this page. Hang on. We'll go back to this because that actually shows off the alerts as well. I got pins needles in my leg. Ow. I sit cross-legged, which I really shouldn't do. Hang on. Give me a moment. Ow, my feet. There we go. 19 again. Just working a bit here to take a time. Yeah, no worries, they ask her. I'm happy you're here. As I said, I know I'm not the best streamer in the world, but I also don't really try to be. I kind of enjoy just being background noise. Pins and needles are the worst. I get them so often. I believe it's like, cause I'm 2 maybe? I don't really understand what pins and needles are, but I get it a lot. Um, 14 to that's another 19. There we go. Is there any more? There's a few more, but I think that's technically his tail. Really hard to tell. Yeah, the music I just went onto YouTube and it was like copyright free music. this. There we go. Alright. 13 over here. So my wireless headset is out of battery, so I'm using a wired one, and the cable keeps catching my arm. Really annoying. But, yeah well. Also, I've been looking online. I was speaking to Basket about it, because she suggested that I think you, Lady Asker, suggested I do like a community challenge for the next like funny game I play, and Basket suggested I play a Barbie game. Now I looked online, and the only Barbie game they have on Xbox is no longer for sale for some reason. But I was looking around and I found what was called the worst Xbox One game there is. And all it is you ride a mine car through a bunch of like mines, and you can make a character jump. That's pretty much all it is. Also, there's a skeleton in the mine car for some reason. And I was looking at it, like, I could make that one of those like community goal things. Play the worst rated game on Xbox to see just how bad it is. Because I looked up, there's no achievement guide whatsoever. So we would basically be trying to find the achievement guides. So it'd either be that, like, we play the worst rated game, or I find one that's like another kids game. Because they have quite a few kids games. We got Paw Patrol, which I know a lot of because my nephew loves them. Ben 10, I played Ben 10 games before, they're actually kind of fun. I used to watch Ben 10 when I was a kid. I say when I was a kid, I was probably 15 when that show came out. My nephew too. He got lots of merchandise from Paw Patrol. Yeah, this Christmas my nephew got a lot as well. I think you got. Here's the test. You've got Marshall, who was a fireman or fire marshal. Was it Dozer, who was like the bulldozer dog? He was like the construction worker. What was his name? Digger. Chief, who was like the police dog. Yeah, I can't remember. But I've seen a couple of those games, and they look like they take about 4 hours, so I was thinking, could always do one of them. 24. And a few like ideas I've got. I kind of like that. I don't know why, if I find that funny, just playing a game. It's basically one of those things. When I play video games, I like playing unique experiences, basically. Like, not many people can say they've completed My Unicorn Princess. Even less of them are male. But it just makes it funny to me. I don't know why. So I want to get like more funny games. Yeah, that's true. It's very much a niche. Exactly. And it's like, I don't know how you view it, but a lot of other streamers I spoke to, when they say they have a hard time trying to pick a game because they need to make it so they can get growth. And whilst I understand that, I also can't disagree with it. It's like, just play what you want to play. But, I don't know. Well, it's like double-edged sword, isn't it? You play what you want to play, but then you end up in a category all on your own and no one searches for you. Or you play what's fashionable and you get drowned out and everyone else trying to get an audience. Oh, the light went out again. You can tell I'm very conflicted over streaming. It's that battle between like, I just want to do my thing, but then also if you're just doing your thing but then no one's watching you, you can just do your thing without being a streamer. Very confusing, put it that way. Yeah, I understand that. Finding something that does both, kind of. Yeah. It's like, could you look at this, our stream? This is probably the biggest category of games I've been in. Like, there's probably thousands of people watching our stream. So, how to explain it? So, being in the R category, there's the most people watching that category that I've ever been in. Which means that no one's going to find me. Or if they do look for someone, there's going to be a lot of people better than me. But then you look at the other side of that, when I'm playing something like My Evil Existence, you're top of the category because there's no one else in the category. So it's like the two extremes. But I know people who they analyse it all. But being fun and helping growth, yeah, it's. I haven't found that balance. I honestly think that's why I want to make YouTube videos too, getting views from there. Then I can chat my life away and play whatever I want. Yeah. It's all balancing. Like, so I truly believe it's luck. Like, you just need to hit a lucky break realistically to get to that level of like multiple views, put it that way, when you got people constantly watching you. There's a lot of luck. Like, you can do a lot of hard work, but to get that audience, there's a lot of luck. It is a bit, yeah. One thing I can say about YouTube is I used to upload all of my streams to YouTube because I was like, I want an archive. And I had them all privated, like no one else could watch them. They were literally so, when I learned how to, I could go back and take sections of it and make like highlights or whatever. I could actually try and do something with it. And my Deadpool got copyright struck. And I was like, aye, so I got a strike on the channel that no one can view on. I'll just get rid of it. So I deleted them all. Because my issue is, I'm kind of stepping back from the whole webcam. I feel so much more comfy not on webcam. like, A, when I'm live, I'm spend half of my brain powers like trying to work out what my face is doing. B, I can't watch myself. I don't watch my streams back. I don't look at like. I don't even have the preview open when I'm streaming. However, now I've got that like picture avatar, I do, and it's like this is so much better. I can see it all. But so it's not that I want to like remove my face. I'll still, if you said like redeem a pop, I'll put my webcam on me. I'm not too concerned about that. But it was when I was streaming, just having the webcam on, I didn't really enjoy it. So I go to myself like, if I'm not having fun, then it's not really worth streaming. So I decided to take that down, and like, I will still put it up. Say I'm playing a horror game, but that's gonna make me jump, then I will upload it. I will put a webcam on even. But if I'm just playing a video game, it'll just be a pixel, because my face doesn't add to it. All it does is make me feel more awkward. My husband said that too. Without cam, it's so much more chill. I actually like myself on stream. It makes me smile. That's what I mean. It's each their own. Like, some people prefer. Some people feel like it gives their viewers a better connection. I can laugh about and with myself, which was a really new experience for me. Yeah, it definitely does have its benefits, which I totally understand. I personally don't know if I can do it. Why am I getting pinged? What? Oh, yeah. I get pinged on Discord so often, and 90% of the time, it's nothing useful for me. I'm just like, cool, that like, I didn't need to get pinged for that, but... Yeah, so going back to what we were saying, I'm definitely taking a step back with how my face actually on camera, because it's so much more easier without it. But it's that sort of, some people prefer watching, actually being able to see others on camera. Some people don't care. You know, I've spoken to some people who say they just only watch games saying no. Which is like, seeing as I tend to pick unique games, chances of them actually playing it is quite low. But I also understand the logic of that. You can actually understand what's happening. It's interesting. There's lots of like different ways to view streaming and people watching streams. Like, the thing I struggle with the most is when I'm streaming, I'm aware I'm streaming, so I want to talk about streaming. It doesn't really make sense. And for those who don't stream, they don't want the streamer to be talking about streaming. I have this idea of setting up a bot that will, that I can like press a button and it'll post a command and it'll ask like a question or give me a subject to talk about. So the idea is it constantly helps me keep up a conversation chat, or keep me on like a topic or something like that, but those aren't set up yet because I don't really know how to. Absolutely, that's why not two streamers are the same, and that's awesome. I think not only are not two streamers the same, I think two audience members aren't the same. Like, it's the whole idea that some people, to me, everyone's equal. Like, let's say I had £100 to give 4 people, but one of them's a streamer. That would make no difference to me. You know, everyone would get the same amount of money. But I feel like there's definitely a mindset sometimes that if you're a streamer, you're more of an internet presence, which I disagree with. I don't know. You can tell I'm in, like, my mind's torn in half when it comes to streaming. I call myself, this should just be fun, but I'm aware of people doing it for other reasons. They want to be famous or attention or money. And I think, like, whilst all of that would be interesting, I don't even know if I'd want to. But basically, what I'm saying is, I have spoken to streamers. You may have had this when they said, "How was your stream?" I was like, "Oh, it was good fun. I really enjoyed it." And they went, "How were the numbers?" I don't look at my stats. I have all the stuff turned off. I have no idea who's in the chat, how many lurkers, if any. I do not look at that. I don't look at the thing behind. So when someone turns around and they're like, "Oh, how's the numbers?" It's like, the stream was a good laugh. That's all that I care about. But I feel like that's also a trap hole that many people fall into, and so it's not their fault. I see that, yeah. I think it's just I've never had the interest in being famous. My brain simply works like this. If something looks fun, I want to have a go. That's as far as a logic goes. Yes, I'm actually just researching about that for my YouTube videos about motivation and stuff. And yeah, I am only talking on my head about numbers, but I value a stream for how good I felt during streaming. Exactly. So that Unicorn Princess stream, because of the joke that it was Unicorn Princess, I was smiling all stream. It was a great stream. It's like my art one. I really enjoyed it, and I'd look at my wall and I've got something out of it, and it looks amazing. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, people are like, "Yeah, but you're not growing." I'm like, I don't want to grow. Like, okay, maybe I do want to grow, but not at the cost of not enjoying streaming. It's a challenge. I basically myself, I said it's just I'm just gonna do this until I go back to work, and then if I'm still able to continue once I go back to work, I'll work out long-term plan. But until then, it's just like, hey, let's just have fun and paint on stream, hang out with friends. If you don't care, that's fine. I think your input will be very valuable for my research. Oh yeah, ask away. I'm very aware that I don't think like others. That doesn't sound too big-headed. Like, I know people who they measure success by like how much money they've got or how many followers they've got and all that, and I don't. Success is like, I don't need a lot to be happy, put it that way. I'm perfectly fine just living my life without the luxuries others may be able to afford. You know, I mean, that's the best way to describe it. But if you're constantly going for growth, growth doesn't just one day, you don't just hit a number and be like, I'm at 1,000, I'm done growing. You'll constantly be chasing that growth. But yeah, if you want to do research, I'm happy to answer any questions. When it comes to YouTube, I think YouTube is better in terms of gaining an audience, I believe. It's like a lot of people have gone from Twitch to YouTube because it's better for growth and money, from my understanding. But Twitch is easier, I believe. It's like, I'm talking like I know what I'm on about. I don't. But from my understanding, a lot of people went from Twitch to YouTube in 2020 because of behind the scenes stuff that I didn't understand. I'm preparing my papers during the next 2 weeks, and if I need input, I'll surely come back to you. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I said I can't just say how I think. I'm trying now to think about what I say. Basically, I think everyone views stuff like streaming and growing on social medias, becoming an influencer, stuff like that. People have many different views. I'm in a mindset of it's never gonna happen, so I'm just gonna do happily chill in my own little corner of the internet. Like, I can't imagine having 100 people in stream all trying to chat you. That'd be terrifying. Just give me, like, this is great. I am enjoying this a lot. It's just, I'm baiting, you're chilling and watching, listening, also working, and we're having the time of our lives. Well, I am. I'm sure work isn't as fun as painting. And that's okay. You're honest to yourself with it. Yeah, like, so I've always kind of gone with like the idea you can hope for the best, but you have to plan for the worst. So the worst thing is one day I do a stream and nobody watches, and that's perfectly fine. Me too. It's awesome spending my last workout here. The big stuff for the day is done. I appreciate that. That makes me smile. The webcam's pointing at the dragon, but I'm smiling right now. Because that's the thing. If you got one person who wants to come and watch you, then why does it matter if there's more? There's one person there, happy to be there. And it's like, again, just going back to talking about streaming, I've got a couple of things planned, like further down the line. I don't want to say too much because you probably also experienced, like, oh, I'm going to do this thing, and then it just never manages to happen. But I can see others thinking, yeah, but that won't help you grow. I'm just like, it's not designed to help me grow. I've thought a lot about this, and I've kind of like, you know. Tell you one thing I was thinking, and this is kind of related. I've spent like the past year or so in lockdown, so I've almost spent like 50% of that time, probably more, in front of some sort of screen, whether it be my phone, my Xbox, my PC. And whilst even painting, I've got my Xbox on and I've got my PC on, my phone's here in case. So I'm thinking, like, what if I took a weekend off from screens? Like, I could do that quite easily. I could probably do a couple of days. It's just, what do you do when COVID's still a thing? Because, like, if I could say, oh, I'll just go out and meet friends and we'll go to the pub, that's sort of easy. But you can't do that. So what ideas would there be? Because I like to read. I do like to read. But my brain, I've got ADD. It's attention something. It's like ADHD, but I don't get hyper. Apparently. So basically, I enjoy reading, but some days my brain just is too wandering. I struggle to focus on one reading. So I'd love to say, I'll just take 2 days off and read a book. But no, my luck, that day will come and my brain will be bouncing off the wall. I see that with my husband often. He streams for 12 to 15 hours at a time for 4 people, but best streams for 5 to 8 hours for 1 or 2 people. But best streams were for 5 to 8 hours for 1 or 2 people that were super interested in what he did. Yeah, that's why I say, if you have one person who's super into what you're doing, those are the best streams. You get too fast distracted. I get distracted really easily. Yeah. It's annoying. So here's the thing. If we were still out in the wild, people with like ADHD and stuff like that, or something similar, would be really good at detecting danger. But because we don't live out in the wild, and we kind of do like 8 hours sat in front of a computer doing the same thing, for most of us, that's when it becomes a problem, because you're easily distracted. But I say in the wild, that'd actually be a good trait to have. I say in the wild, if we were still like out there hunting. Yeah, I got something similar. I start too many things at once. That's me and stuff. So, yeah, I have a very bad habit for doing that. Like I think I'm playing like 4 different games. I jump between them all, and then I do a stream and throw another one into there. I do that in real life. I'll like tidying my room. It's a nightmare because I'll start like picking up the litter, and I'll pick up a sock, so I'll start picking up that, and then I'll put it on my bed, and then I'll go get a Hoover because I know I've got a Hoover in a minute, and I do it in such a like erratic order that if I just did one thing at a time, it'd be fine. Basically, rather than paint by numbers, but I do a number over here, then I go over here, then I do this one, then I do that one, then I do this one, then I do 4 over here, because I can focus for a bit, then I'm over here again. Except for painting actually has the opposite effect, and I like doing it in order. It's like, it's funny how I just pushed everything. Hang on, let me just check. Did I nudge it all? I was so careful because if I knock it all over, that works. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh, still yawning. Okay, stop yawning. But yeah, painting is like the complete opposite. Painting like focuses my mind on what I'm doing. No, I'm kidding. If I talk, I do stop. That's one thing I have a bad habit of doing as well. Yeah, to be honest, I think a lot of people do. once you start talking, you stop playing a game or painting, you just focus on talking for a while. It's a unique skill to be able to talk and do what you're doing well. Now, it means you get tired with working. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely getting more and more tired. I want to make it to at least 3 my time. That's my aim. Because then I can like sleep and wake up for Matt's community night stream. That's the most annoying thing, is having American friends who stream at like 2 in the morning. It is a super unique skill. I really respect the guys that can do both. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I have done it a few times where I've been playing a game and I simply cannot do it because I'm trying to talk, and then I'm just like, okay, hang on guys, just stop talking and I will then do whatever I need to do. I actually tested it. I think on my first or second stream I played Trials HD, which was a bike game where you had to like jump over the obstacles, and I started super easy levels, could talk easily and complete the levels. Then it got harder and harder and harder. And it definitely got to a point where I couldn't talk and focus on the game because of how high the skill level was. I was like, okay, so there's definitely a point where it's just like, okay, this is what I've done. I feel like with a bit of training now I could get there. Yeah, I think the more we do this, the better we'll get at that. Because like, I'm still sort of, experimenting. My first paint by number stream was, let's see how long my internet can hold out. Let's see if I can stream that long. And it's just to kind of force me to finally get used to being on camera. Because I used to like hit like 2.5 hour mark and I was like, I just want to stop streaming now. Just because I didn't feel comfy, and like, everyone has a limit. Eventually that discomfort makes you want to stop. But then now I can, like, in my mind it's like, I did 9.5 hours, I can do 4 hours easy. That's weird. It's a weird dynamic. It's like I forced myself to do something that not many people can say they've streamed for 9 hours straight. But it helped me now with like a 4-hour stream feels easy. Now if I had more time, I would easily do a 4-hour stream. Like, I would want, if I'm still doing this in a year, I would like to be able to be doing 4-hour streams 4 days a week. But obviously that depends on so many different factors that I'm not expecting it. That's why I like hope for the best. But obviously my plan is like, we'll just see what happens when I go back to work. The chance of me being able to keep streaming is low, I feel. That's true. Yeah, streaming for a very long time. It was interesting. When I first started streaming, my throat hurt a lot after long streams. But that 9-hour stream, I didn't feel it. Like afterwards, it wasn't, I finished the stream, went to bed. Next day I woke up and I was like, oh, cool. Didn't feel like I'd essentially spent an entire day streaming. This is looking really cool already. Part of me does think and feel like I'm going to accidentally just end up streaming for like 20 hours doing all this in one go. But then the other part of me is like, no, at some point I'm going to get way too tired. I guess this is my second way of sort of forcing me to learn, because I hear a wall. Like I think every streamer does. You hear a wall, you just get tired and you will stop. I start this stream tired. So it's like, am I gonna keep streaming while I'm tired or not? Plus it helps me like fix my schedule by forcing me to stay awake, because if I wasn't streaming I'd just go to sleep. I tend to do that a lot. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't know, do I have to do that? Oh, I don't know. I just can't force myself to do it in like the worst way. It's like, put it this way, if I make it till 4 my time, which is in 3 hours, I would have been awake for 24 hours. Yeah, a friend of us is planning his first 24-hour stream. I would go nuts. I wouldn't want to do a 24-hour stream. I feel like the stress wouldn't be good for you. I would... Okay, no. Okay, I'm torn now. This is how my brain just worked. So it's like, that's the stress of that would be terrible. And then my brain went, I should make a new account and see how many achievements I can get in 24 hours. That's how my brain works. Like, oh, that seems stressful. I should just like go. Wow. Yeah, it's fun. Like, I could do it. The issue with that would I'd have to buy the games again on the second account. Or would I? I can't plan another special stream. I did my birthday stream, then like 2 weeks later I did the 9-hour stream, and 2 weeks later I did my 300,000 stream. It's like, I gotta chill. It's not special, you do it like every other week. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's fun. Um, 23, that's this one. The one thing I find difficult with painting by numbers is like number 23. I'll show you it on camera. Hang on, let me just open it up. Oh, my light's gone as well. So number 23 is essentially a white. So it's got a very slight tint of purple in the real world. But then I'm painting on a white piece of paper, so it kind of makes it harder to see who's it's hard to see when you're painting when you're using white, basically. you're super productive now. I couldn't stream when I was super tired. I did it once and said to my chat that to close to you guys ever see me being drunk. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm at that stage yet, but I have experienced that drunk tiredness before. And it's both fun and not fun. The thing is, so I just laugh. I get that tired of just everything becomes so funny for no reason. And I laugh at my own jokes as it is. The basket said that to me the other day as well. He said, like, how do you keep going basically when you're that tired? I'm like, I just do. Well, it's more how am I in a good mood when I get that tired? I'm like, I don't know, don't really get mad. I do, but I don't stay mad. Some things just aren't worth getting mad about. Exactly, that's the weird thing about it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, but that's why they say don't drive, isn't it? Because it's like worse than being drunk. It's if you're that tired. I'm definitely like at the point where my brain has to read a number like 4 times before I understand what it says. But yeah. I know how that feels. Yeah. See, I have a sleep disorder. My sleeping pattern like breaks almost every other week. Where I just one day just lie in bed and I won't be able to fall asleep, and that just throws me out back for like hours, days. So I'm kind of used to being tired because of that. I think I've guessed to rephrase that. I've been more tired, so whilst I am 21 hours awake now, it's like, okay, not too concerned yet. I can feel it in my voice. I know you can hear my voice becoming croaky, if that's the right word. I hope they drop all my paint by numbers early today. Yeah, that would be. I hope you get it super soon. This actually came 3 days early. They said it'd be on the 25th or to the 10th of the next month, and it came on the 22nd. I will post the pack and stuff on the Discord later. Yeah, like a frog in a throat. Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm getting when I'm tired. I guess your voice just gets too tired to work. I don't know. Yeah, I hope your paint by numbers comes today. It's just, I don't know why, it's just so chill and relaxing to paint. Now, if I would say, let's try and paint this without the numbers or the lines, I would struggle a lot. But because it's just, oh dear, yeah, because it is just like, hey, now paint this, now do this, it's so easy, just nice and chill. Ironically though, I did, the first one when I was watching horror movies, which is funny to me because like nice and steady with my hands. Oh, there's a jump scare. Carry on. God, what's in those bad movies? A good one, if you want to watch it, on Movie Central channel, is what's it called? Flight 666. It's kind of predictable in a way, but it's one of the movies where if it had been a AAA movie, they wouldn't have shown it, it would have been jump scares, but this movie's just like, yeah, here's a ghost, and she's just walking down the aisle, and everyone can see her. Now they have to deal with that. I probably would watch old Godzilla movies or something. Yeah. Like, it's so chill to sit and watch movies. That's what I wanted to do. Like, I want to watch streams and paint. Because I'm very active in a lot of people's chat. But some days I do want to sit back and not be active. But yeah, I think it'd be very fun to do that. That's also a great idea. Yeah, just being just relaxing and painting. Yeah, I tend to watch streams quite a lot. I do this often when I'm working on commissions. That's a good idea. I would love to do cyanide commissions, but I don't have the talent. Simple as. So, but whereas my younger sister and my older sister were very good artists. So if they knew how, or if I had the sort of knowledge on how, I would teach them, because they would actually be good enough to. I think that is super fun. I appreciate good luck and my streams too. People have lives after all. They do indeed. They do get that. I think that's best. Because when my normal stream time's 4 in the afternoon for me. It's like 11 in American, I think. So a lot of that lot are in work. So they tend to be watching me, but I'm in the background. So I know they come and go, basically. I also often cook or clean while watching streams. I have done that as well. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning a lot now. But yeah, I've a lot of people. No, sorry, my brain's going. I also watch people, and I'll put my wireless headset on and tidy. And so I can't even see the stream. I'm just listening to their voice and what is happening. So I feel like some people are very good at describing what's happening without saying exactly what's happening. For example, they'd say like, okay, so we're gonna do number 5, which is orange. That's good, and I know they're painting orange. Some streamers, so they'll be like, okay, so this is orange, so I'm painting 1 stroke, 2 stroke, 3 stroke. And I think it's that slight difference which is what makes you entertaining, if that makes sense. You're not narrating what you're doing, but you're still able to explain what you're doing whilst talking and being entertaining, instead of just narrating what you're doing, if that makes sense. I think you do it quite well, like when you're doing your commissions and stuff. Just had a fun stream